This protest today.
A rash of Quran burnings in Sweden and Denmark are making the nations reconsider their stance on freedom of expression.
We very firmly stand up for the values of Denmark and for Sweden, but also firmly oppose those who are simply trying to be offensive.
Repeated acts of desecration against holy books has cost the two Scandinavian countries, endangering embassy staff, souring relations with Muslim nations, and, in the case of Sweden, risking its entry into NATO. Protests damaging Islam's holy text have been conducted by far-right groups and by immigrants to the West from Muslim-majority states. The blowback is sufficient that the governments of Denmark and Sweden are consulting with each other on whether to update their laws.
There is also reluctance to do changes because of the obvious risks and reasons to do such changes when you're actually sort of making concessions to those who not only scream the most, but also who are the most violent.
In Sweden, debate centres on banning protests involving objects of particular symbolism outside embassies, such as a threat, never carried out, to burn a Jewish Torah outside the Israeli embassy. But religious groups have called for this ban to be extended to cover their places of worship or on holy days.
It won't stop here. If you start banning it one type of event, there will be just more demands, and you will probably also maybe encourage violent protesters to continue to do what they're doing because they see that what they're doing is working.
At the heart of the issue are groups from a wide variety of political backgrounds in Europe and in the Middle East that are leveraging the issue for political gain, including, Sweden's government says, Russian propagandists.
The reactions you see from other countries, like you saw the attack on the Baghdad embassy, Swedish embassy in Baghdad, that is also which has been motivated by internal conflicts in Iraq, because you have competing factions within Iraq who are struggling for power, and they are competing about who can have the most pure and the most protective view on Islam.
While freedom of expression remains an important consideration for Sweden and Denmark's governments, there is growing reluctance to giving platforms to such voices.